Welcome back, everybody. We're back over here at the barn. We got our last load of wood, so the barn is officially completely done. But we've got another project to work on because I also bought this grain bin. So we gotta get this thing torn apart. I got a pretty cool project planned for this. And this is gonna take a while because there's a ton of bolts. It's all bolted together. This is like heavy, thick, corrugated, galvanized steel. And there's a lot of bolts. So we gotta pull the roof off and we gotta unbolt all these panels and get this loaded up. So we're gonna start taking it apart today. I don't have room on the trailer to haul it today, but we're gonna start getting it taken apart. So we're going to start on the roof and see if we can tear this thing down without anybody getting hurt.
Okay.
Well, first thing we got to do on this is take this cap off the top. I guess this is one of the ways you would fill this up. You'd open up this cap, have a truck come in, and then you dump all your feed in here. There's also a hatch there, which is kind of cool. These things are really neat. You can do a lot of stuff with these.
Take a bag up there and drop it in there. Push her up a little bit. Good. Let's watch. I don't think I can lift my stack up.
Problem is, I can't even see those from up here. Currently, maybe I don't even need those out.
I'll pick up my staff.
We are making some progress. We've got the roof off. It turned out to be a little more difficult than I thought. A lot of the bolts are kind of rusted, so that made it kind of hard. Got it off without really bending too many. There's a couple that have a couple bent spots, but I think I can straighten them out. So next step is all these bolts on the walls. I think I'll take them off from the inside. Just got to do all these bolts. I think I'll take them off from the inside and then just kind of let the panel fall out here. I think is going to be the best way to do it. It's a lot of bolts we got to pull out though. It's like 1,000 or 2 bolts in this thing. We'll get them though, a little at a time. Well guys, we've made a lot of really good progress. We've got almost all the bolts out. Some of the ones down at the base of this, because the bottom's kind of rusty. We got some down in here that are so rusted I can't get them out with any of the tools I've got. I'm gonna have to come back with like a grinders and cut those off. So we got a little bit of work to do just on the very base, but we got almost all these panels apart. So we gotta get the trailer emptied out, come back with a couple more tools, and then we'll be able to take this the rest of the way apart and get it loaded up. Now guys, I've quit on the silo for now. Hopefully I'll get back to that tomorrow and get it picked up. But we've got another project to do that we've been wanting to get to for a while. We've got some fruit trees. We're gonna go get these planted to start our orchard. So we got some pears, plums, peaches, apples. We'll get these in the ground so they can start growing, and maybe in a few years we'll have some fruit. I'm gonna say about 35 feet is what you're supposed to do for apples. So we've got 13 fruit trees, and we're gonna kind of scatter them out in this little bit of a field area. There's some trees here and stuff, so we're gonna kind of scatter them out through this area. From what I was reading, apple trees are supposed to be like 35 feet apart, and they're gonna get the biggest of the fruit trees. So I'm gonna just kind of spread everything out about that far and just kind of scatter them around. I was gonna do rows, but now I'm not gonna do rows. I'm just gonna kind of scatter them out in this area, and more of a natural planting to them than like, oh, we're doing an orchard with rows. This is gonna kind of be our orchard space. We also have the big pond back in there, so I can irrigate this area with them, and then maybe we'll do a garden over here at some point too, and we could irrigate it out of the pond. I don't know. Seems like a good spot to do an orchard. So we're gonna scatter these out in this area.
Completely. No, I can. No.
Babies are getting tired. I was trying for a Friday. Didn't quite max out Friday.
I think that's right about this size.
Hi. So Terrence, you earned a lot of fruit.
Mama, don't put the dirt back in.
Watch out.
I'm putting dirt back in. No. Daddy, is all that dirt? It all came out. Daddy, what is this?
done? Almost. Make it a little deeper.
Okay. Now don't fix it. I'll do that.
Hold it.
Mima.
Mima, what's the matter?
She needs another nap. This isn't entertaining enough.
Down in there a little bit.
Is the graft above it?
Yeah,
Just
we got
barely.
not to touch too much. Okay, good, that's good. This one we got the graft done right. So we want that graft above the ground, because we don't really want it to sprout, because the bottom part of this is not the same part as the top. So they take some sort of tree, usually some sort of fruit tree like a crab apple or something, and they take the bottom part of it, and then they take cuttings off of the tree they want to use, and they cut it right there, and then they take this branch off of another tree, and they put them together, and they let them grow together, and then you get the type of tree that you put on the top of it,
So you
but
don't
not the
want
bottom.
that part to go because it's a crab apple?
Yeah, the bottom part, anything that comes off the bottom part will be whatever kind of tree the root is, versus whatever comes off of this will be the type of fruit tree that they grafted on.
So you have 2 different types of fruit?
Yeah, but that one might not have any fruit. You might have like those tiny little apples like we had at the other house, that crab apple tree. You might have that. All right, we got all our trees scattered out through here. We got 3 plum, 3 peach, 2 pear, an apricot plum, a nectarine, I think 3 apples. So we got a good variety. We'll see how they do. I don't know. I've never planted fruit trees. We had fruit trees growing up, so I like fruit. We'll be able to make a lot of jelly and stuff, so pretty excited. But it's going to be a few years before we get anything out of them. Well, I ran back down here to do the chores. Got to feed the hogs every day. Keep them fed and growing. They've gotten so much bigger than when we first got them. I see them every day, so it kind of, you forget how small they were. But they've grown a lot. They'll still get a lot bigger. It's going to be a little, well, I've told you this. I feel like I show the animals, and it's like the same thing every time. I know you guys don't see them as frequently, so you probably can see some of the change. But I see them every day, so it's like, how they look the same as yesterday. So it kind of feels silly to show updates on them, but I know some of you just want the animals, and some of you don't care about the animals at all. So for those of you that like the animals, I'll show you some of the animals. Hogs are doing good. Cows are over there just chilling. And the sheep, I love the sheep. The sheep are so much fun. But they're always excited. I just fed them some hay. But are they over there eating their hay? No, because they want oats. They always want a treat. These guys, you can get your head stuck in there. These guys always want a treat. They love their oats. They love snacks. You don't eat them. Blackberry, of course, you saw earlier, she's following us around like a little puppy. She's doing great. But looking forward to having some lambs. It's going to be a little while because they're not quite ready to breed yet. We're going to breed them fairly soon, but we're going to wait so we can time our lambs for late summer, early fall. Kind of when it's first starting to cool off. That's when we want to have lambs. So they got a little bit of time before the cold gets here, but they're also not born in the middle of the summer. So it'll be a little while before maybe another month, a month or 2, and then we'll put the ram in with them and see if we can't get them bred. But no goat yet, no baby goat yet, but we should. She's looking more and more likely every day. So I think a baby goat is coming soon. I'll keep you updated on it. Don't worry. For now, everything's doing good. Dogs haven't been back to kill anything else. I have seen them a few times around the neighborhood though, so they're still out there on the prowl. So hopefully they don't show back up and get any more chickens. And if they do show up to get more chickens, hopefully we're there and prepared to deal with it. But anyway, that's all I got at the moment. I'm going to try to go tomorrow and get the rest of the silo. So I'll see you tomorrow. So guys, I made it back over here to the silo, but I didn't really have time to film. I just need to get it loaded up because they're tearing stuff down here and cleaning things up, and I need to get all this stuff out of the way. So I'm gonna head back to the house and get this unloaded. But I'm excited about this. I got some big plans for this. It's gonna be a little while before they happen, but it's gonna be pretty fun. Well guys, we've got the silo, we've got the barn, we got all those pieces at the house. Got some big projects coming up to build, and with the parts for the solid axle swap, I'm gonna try to start working on that this weekend, I hope. But I also got to work on this Tahoe. Got to fix this rear suspension. I'm getting a driveline vibration, and I think it's because of the way they lifted the rear end with 3-inch blocks, and it's messing up the angles for some stuff. So I'm gonna try to get this thing straightened up. I got to put third row in it, some things like that. So that I'm gonna be doing next, and then getting started on the solid axle swap. So that's all I got for today.